Can you guys give me an ETA on when you're going to fire that so I know if I have to stand here the whole time with this damn shield? Not going to fire it at me, all right. Okay. Oh. Ouch. All right, in that case, I'm going to worry about the front.
Anything else?
That's a bold statement. There's not a lot of room here before you're going to kill someone else. Is their life any less than mine? You are all expendable.
We have that t-shirt, right?
Yeah. Ted, are we ready? Yes. Thank you. You threw your voice well, sir.
Okay, so you're good?
Yeah, I'm good. We're rolling. All right, we're good. Sweet. Welcome to Shmoocon 2010. You know, it really bums me out because obviously nobody showed up with the snow and everything. So it's good that at least 2 or 3 of you made it. First of all, a big hand for the registration desk for getting you all registered again in record time. It is remarkable to me every year how well that whole process goes. So I'm gonna try to keep my laptop lid down to prevent damage because I think I'm gonna get shot at here in a minute. This was, I think, the best Twitter quote of the day yesterday. Snow is the new APT. Anyway. And the snow, my God. So a few somewhat serious thoughts about the snow, having lived in places where it gets snowy and coldy all the time. You know, seriously, think ahead a little bit and look out for your friends. I know people are going to be out partying, out having a good time this weekend. Travel safely if you got to go home and you got to come back. If you're walking around and you got really lit people, you know, keep track of them because it's shockingly easy to have people fall in a snowbank and you wonder where they are the next day, and then there's a frozen body. Bodies should only be frozen on purpose, not on accident. So. Anyway, and honestly, you know, be prepared, have some food on you and that kind of thing, because I'm not really sure what's going to be open around here tomorrow. So if you're planning on living at Chipotle, you may want to go down and provide the Chipotle employees with several $100s right now to make it worth their while to come in tomorrow, because otherwise they may just stay home. So, you know, seriously, do think ahead, you know, just trying to keep everyone alive and safe. Every year, everyone asks me, you know, what's victory for Shmoocon? What makes it successful? And I always say the same number of people leave as showed up. Like, I will accept more people leaving than showing up. You know, birthing and things like that can happen. That's cool. But less people is absolutely unacceptable. So I like everyone to be alive. Speaking of numbers, so we're expecting 1,550-ish again this year, about the same size as last year. And we'll probably get a few less because of the snow, but this is a fantastic crowd for the first day, so I really want to thank everybody for coming here. How many people are staying at the hotel? Fairly large. How many people are actually going to go home tonight? And how many of those people are going to come back tomorrow? You've all been to the Ski-Doo shop and bought yourself some new snowmobiles, I see. Anyway, there's obviously more snow talks, etc. And again, there's the Jeffersons over here, or the J rooms on that side and the T rooms on that side. If we ever refer to a room like they're in the Tyler, at least you know it's over there. So I feel compelled to do the, you know, flight attendant thing. So next, talks. We're keeping the same format as next year. This should not be, or as last year, this shouldn't be a surprise to people. The one thing that is different that's worth calling out, last year on Sunday, you had to go downstairs to get to the Bring It On track. We're not doing that this year. We have the Wilsons up here for the whole time. So I encourage you, leave this area, go find the Wilsons. It's not very far away. Go that way. The Wilsons are that way. They kind of go around, yeah. Do a circle, spin around 3 times, sniff your tail. Anyway, go to the Wilson rooms. It's literally just like walk toward the bathroom and keep on trucking, and you'll find it. The network. So who's been on the network yet? Handful of people. Cool. Hopefully more of you will use it securely by the end of the conference. There are 3 networks available. So the thing that we do each year, and we'll go into this in a lot more detail during On the Con, the talk that we give on Sunday, but the one thing that we do each year is we get attendees to come in early, work with experts in the field, and build the con network. You could have a conference network that boils down to a couple of Linksys access points taped in the wall, plugged into the hotel connection, and go, we're done. right? That's not what we do. We try to build an enterprise-grade network in 36 hours with people that don't have the experience in building it and a few people that do. And so vendors are nice enough, they ship in their gear. They get sales engineers here, we get people from the community that are good at this stuff, and they sit down and they build a network that contains, you got authentication servers, login servers, we're doing IDS, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So I encourage you, try out the networks. There's this Double Down network, which has lots of servers on it and Easter eggs and other things that you can play around with. Go to the labs. It's over here in this hallway at the very end. We got, there's a display up showing you things about the network. You can talk to people. The idea is that as much as they learned from being here for the previous 36 hours, we want you to learn from what they did. So stop by, check it out, and feel free to ask questions. And if you want to use the WPA network, you can go to labs.shmoocon.net. You can get yourself a cert, get on there, and use that network securely. Shmooballs. Shit. So, Shmooballs are back. For those... It's tracking me, guys. Oh, someone chucked one from the back of the room and hit someone. That's good. That's Look at the leopard skin tail on that thing. Oh my God. Holy shit. Skydog, you gotta use that thing. Wield it, man, wield it. I feel like I'm an American gladiator. Where's the oh! Holy shit. Oh, if I wasn't so fat, I'd show you the bruise. God damn. Well, that was fun. Yeah, you didn't my arm. You got my side. That was good. All right, so real quick, the Shmooballs, which have a purpose that isn't that. When we originally started talking about Shmoocon, the idea was we were sick of going to conferences where people just accepted. If it's going to make more noises, can you tell me? A little, yes. My cardiologist will thank you if you do. So here's the deal. We go to conferences, people say stupid stuff on stage, and there's 1,000 people in the audience who write down said stupid stuff, take it back to where they work, and tell other people the stupid stuff, and that becomes the security industry, right? I mean, we're not formally trained for the large part in the line of work that we do, and we learn from situations like this. We learn shaman style, right? This may be the world's greatest shaman learning environment in the world is the security industry. But the problem is there's no way to call bullshit, right? When someone's on stage saying something stupid, it takes a lot of balls to stand up and go, I disagree, right? Because you're gonna look like a dick, even if you're right? So rather than make people do that, we decided, hey, let's give them something they can throw at the speaker, and let's give them something that, you can throw this from the side and just like, wasn't me, it's that guy, he's the dick. And you don't even have to say anything, but it's a mechanism to try to keep the speakers accountable for the crap that's coming out of their mouth. So not that all the speakers, at conferences are full of crap, but there are a few where you sit there and you're like, really? Like, we're not taking this guy out back and beating him for saying this stuff? And so what we want to do, we armed everyone with the Shmooballs, and it's kind of evolved into, well, that thing. Is that what you drove here in? Because it's going to be cold on the way home. Anyway, so please don't forget that with all the frivolity of the Shmooball launchers, that there is, some seriousness about the Shmooballs themselves. Beyond that, what I'm going to encourage this year, please read the sign. First of all, we got Larry again using the same marked up. I don't know why I did that to you. I just thought you looked good with the handlebars and everything. We have a Shmooball launching contest this year. So the Shmooball launching contest is going to take place in the contest room next door in the contest room. It's over here in the, what rooms are these over here? T's or J's? T's. Oh, look at that. Look at the big brain on Brad. Last room on the right. What time are the contests? Contest singular? 2 tomorrow. We have practice session tomorrow evening starting at 8 p.m. Okay, so 2 tomorrow is practice, and then the big deal is tomorrow at 8 p.m. And there is a contest for the best Shmoocon launcher built on site. So I assure you, you're probably not going anywhere after about 10 o'clock tonight, so you'll have plenty of time to try to figure out non-illegal ways to build things with hotel stuff. Very carefully dancing around that, because I'm sure there's Marriott staff here. Anyway, but in all seriousness, safety's first. Some of these things clearly are getting pretty damn powerful. If you're going to exercise your right to call bullshit on a speaker, I encourage you to throw this year. Because as fun as it is to have these things flying around, I am a little worried about the safety of people. You'll put an eye out, and my son's learning already that daddy's full of shit. All right, Hacker Halo's back again. I got Chris Compton's high school yearbook photo here. Are the Hacker Halo, anybody hear from them? Raise your hand somewhere in the back. Yeah, there's Chris Compton. He doesn't have his Master Chief helmet on. He's taking a break today. But Hacker Halo, for those that don't know, you can play Halo, you can hack stuff, you can win good prizes. Practice is tonight? Yep. Okay, 8 o'clock tonight, there'll be practice in this part of this room. What we're going to do tonight, actually, is the hotel staff at some point is going to close that air wall and start building that room out to be the other half of, or one of the tracks for tomorrow. But Hacker Halo will be practicing in here, and then the real event is tomorrow night. So please stop by, sign up. They've got a sign-up booth out front right now. You can sign up to play. And they'll have a sign-up available at practice tonight, too, I assume. Yep. Alrighty. Back again this year is the Hacker Arcade and the TF2 tourney next to Lockpick Village. Again, there's 2 parts of the TF2 tournament this year for those that are interested in playing. The first part is just a standard tournament. The second part is a cheater tournament. We've written some cheats. You can bring your own cheats. You can see who can cheat the best. We've got aimbots and ESP set up right now. If you've got other things you want to bring, you're more than welcome to. And we're basically going to have a knockdown, drag-out, bloody battle. So there's 2 different tournaments, both of them occurring on Saturday. If you want to sign up, you can sign up out front again or in the TF2 room later on tonight. One of the things we try to do with this is turn this into an educational process, because writing cheats for video games is a lot like writing malware. It's just the payload's different, but you're doing the same types of things. You're hooking DLLs, you're hiding processes, you're doing all the stuff that you would normally do when you write malware. It's just, in this case, we're not compromising systems, we're shooting people in the head. It's much more friendly. Yeah, we also tried to turn it into a spectator sport. Ghost in the Shell Code. There's a CTF contest this year going on. One of the GITS guys is over in the corner. It's set up already. Are you guys ready for signups? Real soon now. We all know what that means. So they'll have a sign up in the contest room. It's a CTF contest. They put a lot of work into it. I encourage you, stop by, check it out, sign up, get a team together. Again, what else are you doing this weekend? Go sit around, have a good time. Other contests that are going on, really quick. Shmooconography is back again for like the 3rd or 4th year. Guys put an amazing amount of work into this thing. They kind of showed me the contest, and it's awesome. Like, it's really cool. I encourage you to play Shmooconography if you get a chance. Various vendors, visit our vendors. They have contests going on. There's the barcode contest again this year. How many people brought in special barcodes for the barcode contest? Goodly number of people. I think they're all drunk already in the other room already. So there's a hidden contest. Ooh. I had to make it sound exciting. What? The not so hidden contest. Winners of everything will be announced at the end of the con in our closing session. So once again, Lockpick Village. For some of you, this is a broken record. You can tune out, pop in the Walkman. I don't really care. The Walkman. Fail, yeah, that's total fail. That was, wow. I'm a Sony fanboy, apparently. Down with Apple. So LP Village is back. They're over here in the T's or J's. T's, thank you. Tea rooms in the first tea room. Great time. Get yourself out of handcuffs, learn how to open locks. If you've never done it, it's incredibly addicting. It's a good party sport. When we have parties at our house that are going very badly, we'll take out lockpicks and locks, and people forget that they're hanging out with us, and they just have a good time. So, it's very useful. T-shirt charities. Oh, shiza. Bob, is there an audio connection up here for me? To my left. That's okay. It's stuck in the edge of the table. I think it's a dirty lie. Oh, there it is. This is a multimedia presentation, as it turns out. Ooh, that was supposed to be impressive. T-shirt charities are back again. So every year what happens is we print T-shirts. You get them basically for a donation to one of these 3 charities. So at 5 o'clock, we'll start T-shirt sales. You basically will get a token when you give us the $10, and you put the token in the bin of the charity that you want to donate to, and at the end of the conference, the charity gets your money from those T-shirts. So we're basically giving the T-shirts to charity, and you guys get to wear them. So $20 HackerCon T-shirt, or $10 HackerCon T-shirts. It's a pretty good deal, we think. And in that same vein, here's a special message. That should start. Nope, I'm an idiot. Fail. Must have been on my Walkman.
Hello, Shmoocon from Uganda and East Africa. This is Johnny Long with Hackers for Charity. Hey, I'm really disappointed that I'm going to miss Shmoocon for the first time ever, but that's amazing news. The reason for that is I'm busy spending your money. The funds that you guys have raised over the past few years has done some pretty amazing stuff. We've built 1 classroom in Wachitaka. We've built a community training center that we're getting ready to open in just a few weeks. And on the horizon, we've got an awesome internet cafe, one of the best internet cafes in East Africa, to start raising more money. And all of this is really powerful stuff designed to empower the people of Uganda, East Africa with computer skills. I want to encourage you guys to buy those t-shirts and make those donations because, man, that stuff goes a really long way. You guys have done some amazing work, and I'm really grateful. So thanks for everything that you've done, and I hope to see you at next year's Shmoocon. See ya.
There we go. And I think EFF, is there somebody from the EFF that wants to come and say a couple words? Oh, hello there.
Thank you.
It's all sweaty.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I like sweat. Hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Alyssa Ralston. I'm the Development Associate at EFF, and I just wanted to thank Shmoo Group for having us, and thank you guys all for coming. If you get our email newsletter, Effect, or if you follow us on Twitter, we're at EFF. You should follow us. You have probably heard that we're coming up on 20 years of being around and protecting your privacy rights, your free speech rights, your rights to innovate. So, what was my point? If you have a token, if you are buying these t-shirts, please feel free to drop it in the EFF tub. Feel free to stop by our booth. We're over there in the corner. And yes, that's about it. Thank you.
All right, next up, parties. Oh, what? Oh, I'm sorry, the third charity. I almost forgot the third. I think someone was probably even texting me and reminded. Someone just texted me ASL. And all I got was a phone number. Jeez. Anyway, our other charity is the American Red Cross. Given everything that's gone on in Haiti and the strains in the Red Cross system, we felt it important to be able to have them here as a charity as well. So, they're doing important work down in Haiti and elsewhere throughout the U.S. So, we encourage you, pick the charity that you want to donate to, buy a T-shirt. Even if you don't like the T-shirt, give it to the people you don't like or whatever. Line it with in a cage or something. But no, seriously, also we don't want to take them home. So please buy them. Buy 3. We really don't want to take things home. I'll sell you. Never mind. Parties. So Friday night last year there was a party. There are a couple parties that were going on that I think were officially endorsed. This year there's really nothing along that line. Saturday night there'll be a party at Club Heaven and Hell in Adams Morgan, which we have been assured will be open. Seriously, like they are ready. They're sleeping at the club, from what we understand. So. Which for some sounds like a utopia, right? I'm just gonna have a slow drip of bourbon all night while I lay here. My 7-year-old just chatted, get drunk. I'm a bad daddy. Anyway, starts at 8 o'clock, it's gonna run till midnight, open bar. I don't know that even after midnight, once they open it up to the public, a lot of other people will show up. So, you'll probably have the run of the place all night long. It's about 6 or 7 blocks away. You go down, cross the bridge into Adams Morgan, hang a right on 18th, I think, and just go down like a block, and it's there on the left-hand side. So I would say normally it's walkable. If you have snowshoes, it might be more walkable for you tomorrow night. Wristbands are available at the registration desk, 1 per customer, yeah, that's about it on that. Feedback. Please provide feedback. Again, we had the feedback system. It's a new improved version of the one that we had last year. It's available at feedback.shmoocon.org. Please, in all seriousness, we put a lot of work into doing the conference, and I hope that it goes well every year, and sometimes it does, and sometimes there's ticket sales. And there's always rough edges, and the thing is, the one thing about the volunteers that are involved in Shmoocon is they work their butts off, and even when things go bad, we take it personally, and we try to make it better. I know the speakers take it personally when they're up here on stage. They want to give the best talk that they can, especially when I'm up here saying, speakers are full of shit. So we want you to provide feedback, because if you don't provide feedback, admittedly the schmooballs are feedback, but we want something potentially a little bit longer lasting, except the bruising. Please go to feedback.shmoocon.org. Provide feedback on speakers. You can get it from your mobile phone. You can get to it from laptops, from the Con Network, from home later on. Please go provide feedback. Video and picture policy. First, Ted's back. Yay, go Ted. Ted drives across country to come do this, and it's a Herculean amount of work. And Ted's a little injured this year, so help him along. Buy the DVDs. Get Ted medical assistance. There's a healthcare plan pitch for you. We'll post the videos online after the con. Right now, the video is being streamed live for those snowbound people or people that couldn't get tickets. So, hello, internet. Welcome, online audience. How many people are watching right now? 6 or 7? 232 people watching Shmoocon online. What? Hi, Shane. There, I'm giving shout-outs now. Anyone's birthday, I can call to your mom. You got Skype. Yeah, we could have. No. The picture policy is back again. We do have a picture policy. I know this is, for some people, this is a little shocking, but we we're private people, and we know a lot of people here are private people. So the way the picture policy works is, one, there's no pictures in this room except for the official photog, who is Carson. He's got a kilt. He does his own upskirts. He needs a really big lens. I'm gonna pay for that later. What? Oh yeah. Anyway, wow, I'm killing myself here. Other than that, no photos allowed in here. If you can take photos in the hallway and things like that, but if you do, everyone in frame has to give the permission to the person taking the photo. Okay? If people are in the background or whatever, we don't give a shit. You still get their permission. It's not our intent to be jerks about it, but there are people here that want to be private for whatever reason, and we intend to respect that. When you're out in the hotel and out in DC, obviously you take pictures of whatever the heck you want, but when you're here, please be mindful of photography policy. You have to adhere to that, and the press has to adhere to that. There's press here. They identify themselves with the press badge that looks like that, and they'll be roaming around, and they are they have to deal with the same policy. So if you see people snapping a lot of photos and you're uncomfortable with it, let one of the staff people know. All our staff wear these fancy orange shirts, which I forgot to put mine on today. Nice. I look like a jerk. But honestly, please, it's something we take seriously. Other warnings, because I'm being a downer right now, please read the hotel info in the program. We like this place. I know there's some rough edges, and it's maybe a little more expensive than some people want to pay, but it's a good hotel. It makes it very easy from us, from con organizers, to throw. Throwing a con for this number of people isn't trivial, as it turns out. It impedes my ability to use my basement and garage for months. And a lot of volunteers put a lot of time and effort into it. And when we can make our lives a little easier by going to a hotel that's very good to us and very accommodating and helps us out, we like to keep that relationship strong. So as much fun as the DEF CON stories of concrete in the toilets are and things like that, let's keep them DEF CON stories, not Shmoocon stories. Sorry, Jeff. Wear your badges at all time. Done. Real quick, one change in the program so far. One speaker couldn't make it. Peter Guerra is not going to be speaking at 5. Instead, Mike Kershaw, aka Draghorn, will be talking about Wi-Fi security or descending into depression and drink. So that's the 5 o'clock talk now instead of Peter. As far as we know, that's the only change so far. Any other speakers couldn't make it? Like I'm going to get an answer. That was a test. That Bruce guy is continuing to talk. He needs to shut the hell up. Key staff, real quick. Heidi up front. Yay, Heidi. Woo! She's not standing up. If you have questions for her, find someone else first. Louise is the lead labs and NOC guy. Louise is over there. If you have labs questions, network questions, you can talk to him. Bob is the AV guy, so especially speakers, if you got concerns about your whatever or your presentation, you can go talk to Bob. Tamsin's the lead registration wrangler, who I presume is still at registration. Woo! GM1 and freshman security leads. They're right there, and GM was, freshman's roaming around, and I'm just the free agent. If you have problems and you can't find a staff member or whatever, you can always come talk to me. Honest to God, I don't have any responsibility this weekend. I just get to do this and basically kick back and then fix problems that other people need help with. So if you got something weird going on or whatever, you can always find me. I'm happy to help, because otherwise I'm just going to be at the bar. So really quick, you guys put me on stage, and I can't just talk about logistics. I got to give a little rant. So I got my soapbox here, and I'm glad we got the Shmooball firing out of the way. So first of all, the last year was, oh, jeez. And I'll keep this brief, but I felt this kind of stuff needed to be said. It's been a strange year. Like, a lot of things have gone down in the last year that are kind of security related that I think, kind of tell the story of what 2009 was like and where we're headed. We had the swine flu. Everyone went crazy. How many people had the swine flu? And you're all here. You're still bipedal. You got all your fingers. Liver's still intact. You can drink. It's all pretty good, right? It was a pandemic of non-pandemic proportions, It was something that, people got sick and it was bad and it spread really quick, and it could have been a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But what it led us to is things like Janet Napolitano teaching us how to sneeze. She gets up in front of the universe and everyone is like, sneeze into your arm. And we think, well, that's pretty stupid because, we don't need to teach common sense. Everyone knows common sense. We all know we should sneeze into our arm and cover our mouths and wash our hands and that kind of thing, right? Maybe not, but arguably we should know these things, we should do these things. But she got mocked mercilessly for teaching people how to sneeze, And maybe it was a little funny, but honestly, common sense is important. Well, we all practice common sense, right, in our day-to-day jobs. First of all, APT, I said it. Like, yay, it's on everyone's mind. It's in everybody's Twitters and blog posts, and every company is jumping on the APT bandwagon. I saw somebody on Twitter the other day that said, in 2 years, the term APT will be totally overused and won't mean anything. I'm like, I think you mean today. It's already happened. Everyone's talking about this. Well, what can we do? Well, there's all kinds of high-tech things we can do, right? We can have trusted systems. I'm a big trusted systems fan, and people don't like me for this because I sit up here and say, DRM is good because we need that kind of model to really produce secure systems. Boo, yeah, bring it on. We need better detection capabilities, better network analysis capabilities. We need to think risk-based or threat-based or this-based or whatever. There's all kinds of ways of thinking about the problem. But in reality, the attackers use the basic parts of our network against us, the stuff that we do shitty today that we know, common sense, we shouldn't be doing, but we do it anyway, right? We have password policies. Every goddamn organization on the planet has a password policy. Does every box in every organization adhere to those password policies? Oh, no, the Windows boxes, and the ones that aren't in development, and these ones over here, well, 40% of the boxes have the password policy, but we have the policy so we can check the compliance box. Yay, compliance. So, people here, I'm sure there's plenty of people here who do pen tests in this room, right? Do you go after the mainline systems that are patched and have, everyone using 20-character passphrases with, facial scanning and all kinds of crap? No, you go after the lab box. It's running Red Hat Beta 2 or some nonsense. Oh, and all the passwords are Bill. And you log into it, and then you rape the entire enterprise from that one Linux box. And then you say, where is the box? And it was like, I don't even know. It's gone. We have auditing everywhere, right? We have every audit log we want all aggregated to one place. Yeah, we know auditing's good, right? Auditing, good. Common sense, we should have audits turned on. A lot of places have audits turned on and they don't go anywhere. You know how hard it is to investigate an incident when you have to log into every desktop and look at every individual security event log?
The only audit failure is not successes, so they can see all the attempts, but once they break in, there's no chance
Well, and then there's that, and people just audit failures and successes aren't audited. That's a fantastic point. But we don't audit the way we're supposed to. We know we should, right? We know we should have password policies applied to every box in our network. We don't do it. We should have networks that are designed to allow us to enforce some sort of policy of who can go where. We still have big crunchy centers. We still have border networks and big flat networks inside where people can run around and accountants can get to development machines and developers can get to the vice president's workstation. Everyone has full layer 3 connectivity to everyone else behind the firewall. And then when you say, you know what? I'm really scared about this threat. I think we should start to turn some knobs and prevent people from going to places they can't. Well, you know what we have in the center of our network? We have a switch, and it doesn't do that. So, sorry, tough shit. Have you ever tried to segregate on a port-based level who goes into what VLAN so then you can run it into a layer 3 device and do some kind of traffic control and shaping and who goes where? It's hard, right? What do you do it by hand and do manual MAC lists? That doesn't scale past 3 people. Do you do like a NAC 802.1x? Only if all the gear in every wiring closet supports it and all the clients support it. Go open up a wiring closet in random enterprise in the Northern Virginia area. You'll find a switch that's 15 years old, right? People won't even be recognizable as a switch. It's probably got a 66 block on it and someone's doing gig Ethernet over it. Holy crap. Well, that box, I bet, won't be upgradable to 802.1x. Right? So we don't even have the core capability to do the basics of segregating our network in a meaningful way to prevent people from doing things they're not supposed to. This is sneezing into your arm, into your sleeve, right? I mean, this is what we're trying to do every day, and instead we end up sneezing into our crotch, okay? It's ridiculous, And every morning we get up and we think, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to implement this 2-factor system and do all these other highfalutin things that cost a shit ton of money, and I'm going to ignore the basics. Right? I'm not going to do the basic common sense things that I should do every day that will make a difference against the threats that we're seeing today. Right? Anyway, so another funny thing that happened on the way to the airport, I had to get naked and show everyone my bum so they realized I didn't have a bomb. There was a Christmas Day bomber. He did something people didn't expect, which was strap explosives to his unit. There's a lot of places I could go with this. I'm not going to go to any of them. But we've got things like, 311, all this kind of crazy stuff, body scanning, all these kinds of things that, someone thinks is making us more safe in the air, right? I mean, ultimately, and we all know this kind of as security theater. Right? Does it really make us any safer? Does body scanning, is taking my shoes off, make it any safer? One guy tried to blow up one airplane with his shoe, and now however many hundreds of millions of people a year have to take their shoes off when they go through an airport, okay? Is it an appropriate response? Maybe, maybe not, but we keep layering all these things. It's defense in depth for the airline industry. Ha-ha. For anyone that's heard my defense in depth rant, we'll just insert the I think it's moronic quote and continue on. So is it a great use of our money? I don't know. Well,
Transport Canada wishes to advise travelers of new security regulations for flights to the United States. Carry-on bags are no longer allowed. You may be asked to submit to a full body scan. Security agents, at their discretion, may hose you down. You may be asked to complete 4 sides of a Rubik's Cube. 5 if you're flying to Nigeria. Failure to comply could lead to a full strip search. Once you're fully naked and your blood work comes back, you'll be free to be on your way. Please arrive 3 days prior to your flight. Transport Canada, a division of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
Safety first.
So I just want to be clear on one thing. I don't mean to disparage DHS and the hard challenge that they're fighting. Other countries are doing that for us. But it's a tough challenge. It's not, they're dealing with problems that we haven't faced before. We haven't faced in this scale. We haven't faced with a public who's quite as aware every second of everything that's going on, thank you, Twitter, of all the threats that we're facing and everything, all the countermeasures that are being employed. So, you think, well, that's security theater and it leads to this. Well, arguably, we could do the same video about our job and it would be even funnier because it's even sadder, right? We spend billions of dollars each year to protect our networks, right? Okay, how many airlines last year were put into the ground and people were killed because someone successfully committed a terrorist act? Whoop. None. How many people suffered intrusions on their network last year? Everyone, arguably. One. We'll just declare it a truth, okay? You just say one. Everyone got owned. That's pretty bad because we're spending a lot of money too, but we suck at it. We're not doing a very good job. And there's a lot of difference. I'll admit, like air travel, the physics of air travel hasn't changed since the dawn of time. It's still basics of lift and things like that. Our job changes every week, and I'll give you that, but come on now, we're spending a lot of money, and the news in the last 2 months was dire. Right? We were worried for a long time about making the case of needing security to go to the CEO and say, we really need to care about computer security. We really need to care about all these bad things happening. Well, all the news that came out in the last couple months made the case for us, right? It was on everyone's tongue. Google's going to pull out of China. All this stuff's going down. There's all these news reports about what's happening. CEOs reading in the Wall Street Journal, holy shit, everyone got owned. I bet you we got owned too. They had the realization, what do you do now? Right? What's the next step? We're all the practitioners. What can we tell them? What can we do differently tomorrow? Spend money, damn right. How do you solve the problem? Spend more money. And then a year when they say, tell me how well you spent that money, and you come up, how many people have to do metrics for their job and say, this is how good we're doing, right? Those mean a lot, right? Fuck metrics. I mean, everybody, you get to the end of the year, you're like, I'm going to put some numbers down that make it look like we made progress. Sweet, I didn't get fired. It's tough because the response right now is, that's how the yardstick for the first year is going to be spend more money. And if this stays in the news and people still continue to have bad days and enterprise still continue to get intruded upon, we're going to need a different yardstick, and B, we're going to need different professionals because we're all going to be fired because they realize we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is keeping the networks and systems and people secure. So the TSA parody video that we just watched, I don't think is nearly as funny when you think of it the fact, well, they're actually being somewhat successful, even if it's a little theatrical. We're just failing at our jobs every day. There. I said it. That was it. That was a real downer. Yeah, so you can have fun now. I'm done being a bitch. Shit. Oh, come on. You have terrible aim. All right, anyway, on this note, we're going to take a 10-minute breather. We're going to get the first guy, I think Dan Crowley, up. Oh, my God, no, please don't. We'll get the first speaker up here, and we'll get Shmoocon kicked off officially. Thanks very much for making this snow again. Have a good one, folks.
I took one for you. Did you? Someone hit me with a Shmoocon launcher. That's the second time I've gotten hit. First one was because of you. Alright, so I can help. No, first Shmoocon he threw out prizes, and one of them hit me straight in the head. It doesn't matter. Any projectile game.